Okay, so as of today, we have 215 animals in this barn, and every single one of them are female. And that's because all of our cows are bred by artificial insemination. There's no herd bull on our farm. And obviously that's unnatural. But the question is that unethical? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. And you just need more love, don't you? Oh. We can do better, and I'm going to make it happen.
So I've heard people refer to artificial insemination as forced insemination or even as rape. And I think that comes from a lack of understanding of cow behavior. Once in every cow's hormonal cycle when she's ovulating, her behavior changes dramatically. She goes from being a quiet, docile animal and turns into a nosy, aggressive, and for lack of better words, really horny animal. And she'll literally run around the barn, mounting every single animal she can find. And she actually releases pheromones, which makes her attractive to other animals. So then other cows will actually mount her as well. And then she'll stand still and let them do it, which makes knowing when to breed the cow pretty easy to figure out. So now that I have this cow running around the barn tormenting everyone, I'll show you how we go about breeding her. So we keep all of our veterinary supplies, medicine, and breeding equipment behind this roll down door. So we'll buy semen from a company that has the top genetic bulls in the country, and then they'll collect it and freeze it, and then they'll put it in the tank for us.
So that's the tank with liquid nitrogen in it. Keeps all the semen straws frozen. Turn the hot water on. Need some hot water to thaw out the semen. Got a thermostat in there. It has to be at a specific temperature. That's a little too hot. Need it right around 35 degrees because that's been proven to be the temperature that allows the semen to have the best chance of surviving. Okay. Yes, cold. And I put the semen in the warm water. So while that's thawing out, I got everything ready to breed. Don't forget the straw ready. The sleeve. Little plastic cover to go around the rod to keep it clean. The rod's pretty cold right now, it's just metal. So I'll rub it to warm it up, so it's not as much of a shock for the semen when I put it in here. Check it. It's pretty good.
So I forgot to mention that I put the rod up against my skin to make sure that it stays about body temperature. That's best for the viability of the semen.
I gotta dry it off immediately just so that it doesn't cool down as quick. Put it in the rod. I gotta cut out from the top piece so that it can be pushed out.
And then I put this disposable sheath around the rod to keep the rod clean, and also make sure that anything that goes inside the cow is also clean and sanitary.
Push the last little bit of air away, and then put the cover on.
So now I gotta go find the cow.
So I found her. That's a cow that needs to be bred. So hopefully you can tell that the whole process really doesn't bother them all that much.
So what I'm doing, I have my left arm in her rectum, and then I put the rod into her vagina, and with my left hand I can feel and manipulate the cervix around the rod and work it gently into the uterus, and then that's where I'll put the semen. And while I'm doing that, the cow's just standing there. If she really wanted to, she could easily just back up and walk away, but she doesn't. And here's an even better example of a cow not really minding. She's standing just in the middle of the alleyway, not in a free stall. So I have a hard time believing that artificial insemination is really that traumatizing for the cow. Alright, so if it's not traumatizing, the only other possible argument for it being unethical is that they wouldn't be able to express their natural behaviors. But as you saw earlier in the video, cows are more than willing to express their mounting behaviors on one another. So even though artificial insemination is unnatural, this is why I believe it is still ethical. So now that you guys saw what's involved with breeding cows, what do you think? Is it ethical or unethical? Let me know. Comment down below, share with a friend, all that good stuff.